Imagine this. You're talking to a loved one on the phone. You hear their voice, their footsteps, even their breathing. And then suddenly, mid-sentence, silence. They never come back. Or picture a crowded bar. Security cameras on every corner. People laughing, drinking, talking. And yet, one man walks toward the exit and is never seen again. No one notices. No one can explain it. It sounds like something out of a movie, but these are real cases. Documented, investigated, still unsolved. Stay with me, because once you hear these cases, you'll never look at the world around you the same way again. Case 1. The disappearance of Brandon Swanson. May 14, 2008. Minnesota. Brandon Swanson, a 19-year-old college student, had just finished celebrating the end of spring semester with his classmates. He was bright, ambitious, loved by his family. By all accounts, he was just like any other teenager, planning his summer, planning his life. That night, as the celebrations wound down, he set off in his car for the 30-mile drive back to his hometown of Marshall. He never made it. Around midnight, his car slid into a ditch along a gravel road. The car wasn't damaged. Brandon wasn't hurt. Calmly, he called his parents for help. And for nearly 47 minutes, they stayed on the phone together. Brandon described the surroundings in detail. Gravel roads, wooden fences, even the faint sound of running water nearby. His father drove out, flashing headlights, honking the horn. Brandon should have seen him, but he never did. It was as if they were in two different places, even though they were only a few miles apart. Then suddenly, Brandon's voice changed. He said just 2 words, "Oh shit," and the line went dead. Authorities launched one of the largest searches in Minnesota's history. Hundreds of volunteers combed fields, rivers, ditches. Cadaver dogs traced the scent toward the riverbank, and then it vanished. No clothing, no phone, no body. What makes this so haunting isn't just a disappearance. It's that his parents listened in real time. They heard their son vanish, and yet they could do nothing to stop it. And if vanishing while on the phone is terrifying, wait until you hear about the man who disappeared inside a crowded bar. Case 2, The Vanishing of Brian Schaefer. April 1st, 2006. Columbus, Ohio. Brian Schaefer, a 27-year-old medical student, had his whole life ahead of him. That evening, he went out for drinks with friends. He was smiling, laughing, making plans for the future. Nothing seemed unusual. Around 2 a.m., surveillance footage shows him standing near the entrance of the Ugly Tuna Saloona, a busy bar near campus. He chats with some women, laughs, and then turns toward the exit. And that was the last time anyone ever saw him. The camera should have caught him leaving. Every single person who entered or exited that night was recorded. Every single one, except Brian. It was as if he walked into a void. Detectives searched every inch of the building. The roof, the basement, storage areas, even dumpsters. Nothing. His car sat untouched in the parking lot. His credit cards never used again. His apartment waiting for him to return. But Brian never did. His friends swore he wasn't suicidal. He had trips planned. A girlfriend he was deeply in love with. This wasn't a man planning to vanish. But in the middle of a crowded bar, under the watch of multiple cameras, Brian Schaefer disappeared. To this day, theories range from a hidden exit, to foul play, to something far stranger. But the truth is simple and terrifying. Surveillance can't always protect you. Sometimes, it only captures the moment you're erased. And Brian isn't the only one, because sometimes entire regions seem cursed by disappearances. Case 3, the Bennington Triangle. Vermont, 1945 to 1950. A remote stretch of wilderness gained an ominous name, the Bennington Triangle. In just 5 years, multiple people vanished here without a trace. The most famous was Paula Weldon, only 18 years old. On December 1st, 1946, she set off on a hike along the Long Trail. Witnesses saw her in a bright red jacket, cheerful, confident. But when she entered the woods, she was never seen again. Hundreds of volunteers searched. Bloodhounds followed her scent to a crossroads, and then it stopped. No body, no signs of struggle, just silence. Paula wasn't the first or the last. A hunter vanished. A war veteran disappeared. Even an elderly man leading a group vanished into the forest, while companions trailed just minutes behind him. Each case unsolved. Each body never recovered. Locals whisper Native American legends that the woods are guarded by spirits who take those who wander too far. Others speak of strange lights, paranormal forces, or even secret government activity hidden in the mountains. Skeptics claim serial killers or wild animals. But none of the theories explain the complete lack of evidence. It's as if the wilderness itself is hungry. And if the woods can consume people whole, how can a child vanish in the middle of New York City, surrounded by thousands of eyes? Case 4. The Mystery of Edie Ann Patz. New York City, May 25th, 1979. 6-year-old Edin Patz begged his parents to let him walk the 2 blocks to his school bus stop, alone for the first time. His parents reluctantly agreed. It was broad daylight. Neighbors saw him. Shopkeepers waved. The bus driver waited. But Edin never arrived. In one of the busiest cities in the world, during rush hour, with thousands of witnesses all around, a child disappeared without a single trace. His case became a national obsession. His photo was one of the first ever printed on milk cartons, sparking a nationwide movement to find missing children. For years, his face became a symbol of fear and of hope. Decades later, a man named Pedro Hernandez confessed to killing Edin. He was convicted, but many believe the full story was never told. Some suspect larger criminal networks. Others say the evidence didn't add up. Because how does a child vanish in broad daylight with no witnesses? Edin's disappearance not only devastated his family, it changed America. It reshaped how we protect children, how we respond to missing person cases, how quickly the public is alerted. But despite all of this, the central question still lingers. What really happened to Edin? And as haunting as Edin's story is, sometimes a mystery doesn't involve one person, but an entire group. Case 5, the Yuba County Five, Northern California, February 1978. 5 young men, known as the Yuba County Five, attend a basketball game together. They're excited, happy, nothing unusual, but they never make it home. Days later, their car is discovered abandoned on a snowy mountain road. The car wasn't broken. It had gas. The keys were inside, but the men were nowhere in sight. Months later, their bodies were found, for had frozen in the wilderness. One, Ted Wire, had survived for weeks in a trailer stocked with food, blankets, even propane. But strangely, he never touched most of the supplies. Instead, he slowly starved to death. The 5th man, Gary Mathias, was never found. His body has never been discovered. These cases remind us, people don't just disappear in stories. They vanish in real life. And the truth? It could happen to anyone. If you want more mysteries that keep you awake at night, make sure you hit follow. Because the next disappearance we cover might be the one that haunts you the most.